Hello, Ashutosh. Nice to meet you.
Yes. Hello, Kunakshi. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm great today. How was your day? How's your week?
It was fantastic, even though whatever the video we had last time, yesterday I edited that, and today also I was working on it. So today I scheduled it for the evening. So my day was busy with that. And apart from this, I didn't do anything special today. I read a book that is first flight of the 10th standard. I read few chapters of it. So yeah, that's how it was.
What did you read in that book?
The two stories about flying. It is the third chapter of that first flight book, 10th CBSC board. Mhm.
Okay, yeah, right. Now I remember it. I do remember that now.
As I'm helping one of the students from 10th standard, I conduct some online classes for him. So I went through those chapters.
That's great. So you are having quite a busy day today.
It's like regular day. I wouldn't say busy, of course, but when you have to do editing, it takes a lot of time. You have to actually, as but I was putting subtitle in that video, which the conversation I had with you. So I had to go through it thoroughly and just to correct it. So that's a tedious task, which takes a lot of time and it gives you a headache at the end as well.
Even though editing is very tedious, as you said, do you like doing it?
As a YouTuber, as I'm a one man army and I'm not capable enough to hire an editor for myself, that I don't have any just choice. I have to do it. And I don't have to do a lot of editing, but putting subtitle also takes a lot of time. I don't do a lot of things. Already I get I would say, the good video from Clapingo. I don't have to do a lot, but putting the subtitle and going through it. And sometimes when you hear your own voice again and again, like, oh my goodness, like it
Yeah.
becomes monotonous.
Yeah, and sometimes it also becomes a bit annoying listening to your own self.
Yes, why not?
Like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that
Mm.
in those terms. Did you feel like that?
Why not? Of course. Like I just write down my own mistakes, and sometimes I feel like in the last session which I had with you, I was feeling why I was saying like it was not that needed. And already you gave me the feedback that I was rushing out, and already just by going through it, I understood. Yes, sometimes I go very fast. I feel like expressing my thoughts as early as possible, which is not that important. I would say it is important to take strategic pauses, so that makes your speech more amazing, I would say.
Yeah, that is true. You really need to balance everything out, not using more fillers, keeping calm, having that eye contact that shows the confidence while conversing. Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I also self-reflected. I realized that it was more of an interview rather than a conversation with me asking so many questions. So today I'll tone that down a little.
Mhm. Yeah, I can. No, it's not a problem because always I like either it is kind of interview or a conversation. But of course, conversation goes from both sides. But even though if somebody is asking questions to me, like a lot of questions, I always feel comfortable to answer them because that gives me more opportunity to express myself or become better. As I told you last time, every single is a great opportunity for me to become better as a speaker and a content creator. So many things are there to work on.
That's So today, in contrary to the last session, let's have this one-on-one conversation rather than me asking questions to you again and again.
Mhm.
Yes.
So yeah, last time I didn't ask a lot of questions to you. So now I want to know a bit about your educational background. Like, what are you doing nowadays, and what do you want to do further?
I am actually, as I have already told you, I'm actually interested in speaking, in public speaking.
Mhm.
Basically, I really do want to establish myself as a speaker, I would say. I want to bridge that brick by brick. And maybe this is going to help me in that route. I am really interested in philosophy, and that is what I'm pursuing. So, and I also believe that everybody has their own path written. We just
Mhm.
have to work for it. Like even if something doesn't work out for you, something else would, because it is already predetermined. But yes, you can always switch it from one end or another to have it your way, to satisfy your ambitions. So that is what I believe.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to explore and find things what works for you. Like as I told you last time, I come from commerce background and I wanted to be a CA, but then later I found something else in my life which is so engaging and interesting. And I like doing it. I like talking to people a lot. So that's what it is. So all the time it is not something like as you are studying commerce or the humanities or the science, then you should choose all those options which others have been choosing throughout, like the history like that. So you have a right to go through like whatever you want to. You can make your own path. You can take risk and do experiments. That's but yeah, take calculated risks. That is very important. It's not like out of nowhere, just you woke up tomorrow, just you are going to wake up tomorrow and you'll choose something you don't know anything about. So it's not like that.
Yes, that's true. When we're talking about our careers, we need to make really calculative risk and decisions. We really have to research about something and then go into that field. We cannot just go there with tons of confidence, overconfidence, and no knowledge. So I guess, yeah, that is true. Do you believe that we already have a path written, or do you believe in that ideology that we have to make our own paths?
So first of all, I'm a just believer of God, and I am a believer of law of karma as well. But I think first of all, you need to do your own task. That is that. Even though whatever written is not written, it doesn't mean that you have to sit and just wait for it. So better try whatever you want to, and of course, whatever the destiny you have, you would go there. Even though I didn't have any idea that I would be on YouTube for spoken English particularly, and I wouldn't think about that I would help people for English. And as a teacher, of course, like I was in a school and I used to say always to my friends that I would be ready to become anything. I would go for any profession, but apart from teaching. But yeah, I see now what's happening. So that is there. And sometimes I heard a story from somewhere that just story was like that. Maybe if it is written that whatever you will get it, maybe in your destiny, if it is like the statement is that if you try in sports, you will become a sportsman. Or if you try in just your music, you will become a musician. If this statement is written in destiny that whatever you try your best, you would become that. So maybe, so that's why try for everything. So,
We really need to try different fields to actually understand what is our calling. We need to
hmm,
explore, we need to experiment, and then take that calculative risk because it's our life. And
hmm,
there's also this famous dialogue that it's our story, we can always change the ending. So
hmm.
we should work upon that. I completely agree with you.
Yeah. So how long have you been working as a spoken English trainer and how are you experiencing? How do you feel all these experiences are going to help you with your public speaking further?
I mean, with these conversations, I think I am polishing my own speaking skills. I am also reflecting my own thoughts in these. For example, in these sessions, like I just told you about what I think about the future, the unforeseen future. And I think this is also an opportunity for me to talk, to self-reflect, to understand what others think, to understand others' opinions, become a good listener and as well a good speaker. So, yes, I think this would help me in my career in the future. And rest, we'll have to leave up on the universe.
Yeah, exactly. So you live in Delhi, right? Am I
Well,
right?
I really do not want to put it out there if that's okay. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. I wanted to ask about the city where you live in. So if you don't want to take the city name, then fine. Just talk about like what do you like about your city?
Okay, so I I have seen small towns as well as metropolitan cities. Now, I have seen this huge contrast between both of them. In the small cities, everybody is still somewhat connected. Everybody is still somewhat kind to each other. But in metropolitan cities, everybody is busy in their own thing. But another thing is in small towns, everybody has to put their nose in everybody else's business. And I like my privacy. So I really, in terms of cities, I would really love to have my own privacy, have my own thoughts, have just do my own thing and have nobody question anything about it.
Mhm.
So that is what I love, having my own privacy and that nobody cares.
Yes. Okay. So you want to focus on your work and you don't want others to interfere in your work. Absolutely right. Even though I come from a village. So I started my YouTube and spoken English journey in my village. So it was really difficult there because most of the time people would guess that what is he doing, why he is always on phone, to whom he talks in English, all these questions they had. And when I started YouTube, also, even though my parents would ask multiple times, like, what would happen from this, or all these things. So, but when I came to the city, nobody cares. Like, either you are a YouTuber or a teacher or a student, just do your work, focus on your own things. So, that is that. And but at the same time, of course, village or the small town has its own unique, I would say, the qualities that sometimes when you feel alone, you can go out and sit, talk to people for hours and hours. But in city, it's difficult to get people who are available for you and who can talk to you for hours and hours. So a lot of differences are there. And why I shifted to the city, the reason that I want to follow my own particular schedule, because even though when I was living with my family, it was interrupted a lot. That if I want to take shower at 4:30, I wouldn't be able to take because my sister would be there, my mother would be there, and I had to waste my time. And if I want to do any session, she would ask me for the tea or maybe like a food. So that was quite annoying, I would say. And the third point which I had in my village, that people are quite spiritual and religious. So all the time they would put on the loudspeakers and they would have programs and events like Ramcharitmanas and all these things. So that was quite disturbing as a YouTuber, obviously, because you can't do it when there is a lot of noise. And I had to conduct regular classes every single day. So it was not possible at all. So that's why I left. And I'm not living in a big city or the metropolitan city as you are talking about. So I'm living in Kanpur, which is the mix of both. You would get the people like who have the mindset of city. At the same time, you would get the people who have the mindset of the village but living in the city.
I do agree with you. Everything has their own pros and cons. We just have to balance it out and see which fits best for us.
Yeah.
That is the thing. We have to be really clear about what we want, what we think.
Mhm.
That is the only aspect which will take us forward in life. Be clear of your own self. Know your own self first and then decide what you want. In terms of where you want to stay, what you want to do, and even what you want to eat tonight.
Mm, yeah.
Every,
So another thing, the question about Nepal. Just did you go through it? Like it happened like almost 7 days ago. It was really pathetic, the situation in Nepal, and the prime minister and all the officials had to leave. So what do you think about it, and what are the reasons behind it? Like, did you go through it?
Well, I really do not want to talk politics here because that becomes really controversial. And if by chance our thoughts don't match, then that would actually ruin our rapport. And that is what I think of our session. So I don't think so. I would like to get into politics in these
Then what
sessions
do
if
you want
that's
to
okay.
talk about?
Some things in general. I mean, if we
Hmm.
are, I do not really want to put my confidential details out there, and politics is something which can actually, I believe, can actually uh, turn the rapport between two people. I have
Hmm.
seen people talking politics and then not talking with each other for weeks. So that is something I have seen happening.
Okay. So yeah, then come with the questions if you have.
Well, we were talking about life, so let's continue with that if that's okay.
Hmm. Yeah. So do you have any question?
So about life, I'll ask one very vague question which I was asked by my roommate. What makes life meaningful?
Depends on a person to person that what matters a lot for you. Sometimes people say like life is nothing and they treat it like a zero. So they think like whatever they do, it's okay, it's the flow. Even though recently I had a conversation with a guy, so he was telling this philosophy that he doesn't believe in God or he is an atheist. So I asked him, like, what do you believe in? He said, nothing, just only the flow of whatever it is going on. I said, like, even though if you follow atheism, they have the books and they have the science to follow, and a lot of things are there. So it depends, meaningful. Find something which you like doing and which you get, like, peace, happiness. And it is your responsibility to do something for yourself, your family. At the same time, you should get happiness out of it. That makes your life meaningful, I would say, at the end of the day. And apart from this, also, it depends on a person to person. It's a person's choice what they feel is meaningful or what is not.
I completely agree with you. Everybody has their own meanings of life. As Abraham Maslow said that as well, that in humanism, you need to find your own meaning, your own existence. So I really agree with
Mhm.
you. And once again, we had this great session. We had this great conversation. It was really insightful for me. Would you like to give any feedback? How did you feel about it?
Like feedback for what? Like it was really nice. Absolutely, I would say yes, it was a great conversation because always I like talking to people and I like talking on multiple topics. And why I asked you about the topic? Because nowadays the people are asking for topics rather than just doing the general conversation always. So that's why I want to dive into the topic so at least people can watch it and people can learn out of it, because I'm not doing these conversations for myself only. I'm doing these conversations for the people out there so they can learn a lot of it from it, like how they can talk about the topics. So that's what I asked about it. Otherwise, it's fine. Thank you.
I hope you had fun, Ashutosh, and I regret not being able to answer some of your questions. But I hope in the next
No
session
problem.
we'll be able to take
Mhm,
all of them.
mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Take care.
Bye bye.